Hey, look who's here. Hey, Mean Matt.
Hey, Mean Matt here.
Hey, Mean Matt here.
Hey, Mean Matt here.
Hey, Mean Matt here. Hey, Mean Matt here. Hey, Mean Matt here. Well, I have to say this. It was 100% wrong. I know every time these things happen, I have my reservations. For some reason, yeah, you know what? I can't believe I was. I mean, that's kind of the way my mindset was, and I'm very happy that I was wrong because this was the best show for the first time, being a all women's pay-per-view like this. Even the stage, I bitch about the stage not being changed except for WrestleMania and maybe a Big Four pay-per-view. Think about. But this was made to be a major pay-per-view. A pay-per-view that was, I guess, none like none other. So, I didn't see this match, so I can't really judge. There was supposed to be a United Kingdom women's match for the first time, and since I fucking don't know what happened, and I can't. I mean, obviously, Rhea Ripley had to have an opponent, and this was determined to be Dakota Kai, and I didn't see it. So I obviously can't really say how it was. I can say that Rhea Ripley won the match. So she's the new United Kingdom Women's Champion, which is, I think, very cool. I don't know how this UK NXT thing is going to work out, but I am hoping that it's going to turn out well, It's kind of, yeah, it's going to be interesting how this whole thing happens. But I won't talk about that right now. Let's talk about Evolution. So we start off the night. We have Nita Strauss and Lizzie Hale do a performance. Now, Lizzie was on the ramp. Nita was in the ring playing guitar. Well, Lizzie was playing guitar too, I think. Yeah. And then there's a guy on drums. And it would have been cool to see a female on drums. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So, yeah. I gotta say, I'm not really a huge fan of Lizzie, but, I guess it's all because of her performance with Ember Moon. I think this was a lot better this time, so just singing the theme song to Evolution. So, and then of course it was nice to see Nita Strauss. But then after that we had Trish Stratus and Lita versus Mickie James and Foxy. Well, yeah, Alexa Bliss came out, and I mean we know she's injured, and so she brings out Alicia Fox and Mickie James. And this was pretty much how I figured it was going to go. You had Mickie James and Trish Stratus have their match, or have their, you had Lita do a lot of cool moves. They obviously still have it, I didn't know how this was going to go, but this was actually a really good match. Of course, Trish and Rita won, so we'll see what happens. I hope that this isn't a one and done deal. We've obviously seen Trish Stratus and Lita come back for the Royal Rumble Women's Edition, so it'll be interesting to see what happens now. Like, is there going to be a match with Alexa Bliss and Trish Stratus at some point? Like, maybe Survivor Series? I don't know. It'll be pretty fucking cool to see that. Because I know, hearing an interview with Alexa Bliss, she favored Trish Stratus. So it'll be cool to see what happens, But only time will tell. And then we had the Battle Royal, which I already made my thing about that at the review that we did on Friday and whatever. So, yeah, exactly. This was actually pretty cool. You had a lot of nice spots. You had Lundra Blaze come out in her attire that she had back in the day. You had Nia Jax and Tamina work together and then work against each other. Molly Holly was eliminated early, which kind of pissed me off because I really enjoyed her work in the Battle Royal at WrestleMania. What really interested me, though, was seeing Ivory. And she's in her 50s, but she is in phenomenal shape as well. Very energetic. She did a dance break with Carmella. And that's pretty cool. She got eliminated, obviously, but it was a really good match. And the winner, of course, was, I don't know why I said of course, but Nia Jax won the match. So it'll be interesting to see her in another match for the title against, well, whoever's gonna, I'm not gonna ruin that, but there you go. And then you have the match for the finals for the Man Classic. You've got Io Shirai versus Toni Storm. And this was a really good match, too. They're both very good competitors. You didn't know who was going to go over, but it went to Toni Storm, which I thought was pretty cool. And then you had the flowers presented by Hunter and Stephanie, and I can't remember the trainer for NXT's name, but it was pretty cool to see that. So where Toni Storm goes from here, I'm not quite sure. She'll probably end up on NXT or NXT UK. Honestly, I fucking don't know. But this was a really good match too. Well, then you had the 6-women match. Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya versus the Riot Squad. And what was cool was the Riot Squad, you had Sarah Logan come out as It. No, I guess the character for It. And can't remember what the other two came out as, but this was pretty cool. You had a lot of great spots. You had this one spot where it might have been Ruby Riott who was near the turnbuckle. You had Bayley running, and she missed Ruby Riott. Sarah came in and kicked Bayley to the turnbuckle. She hit her ribs. And then there was a spot. So, yeah, you had that. You had Natalya, put Sarah, and I believe it was Liv, double sharpshooter. So that was pretty fucking cool. It's not the first time in the night that you'll see a double move like that, but it was basically, yeah, very fucking cool. And you had Bayley do the elbow off the top rope, followed by Sasha Banks paying tribute to Eddie Guerrero doing the high fly flow. that was a cool spot. And so yeah, the winners were SBN, which was very cool. And there was a Doomsday device at heart attack at one point, so that was cool as well. I guess in a tribute to Jim. We went to the NXT Women's Championship. We have Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler. And this match definitely was really cool. I mean, it kind of predicted who was going to win. And I think I predicted right. I'm not quite sure. Shayna won. And, you know, not doing her move and knocking out Kairi Sane to become the new Women's Champion. The first two-time NXT Women's Champion. So that's pretty fucking cool as well. What was also really neat, and I'm gonna see if I can find their names here. But Marina Schaefer and Eslam Duke helped out during this match. So it's cool to see those two actually, and hopefully they will be on NXT now. And like I said in the review, I think, or the prediction show, rather, I think that if those three end up on Raw at some point, and they'll probably team up with Ronda Rousey, I don't know what's going to happen, because last year, I believe it was, they teased the 4 horsewomen of wrestling with the 4 horsemen of MMA, so if that happens, I'm gonna look forward to it, and hopefully that would happen at Survivor Series. Well, wouldn't that be awesome? Then we had the match of the night, and holy shit, this did not disappoint. It was the last woman standing, the first time for the main roster. You had Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. And this, they tables, ladders, chairs, kendo sticks, everything. And I knew that they would pull out all the stops. You had Charlotte being thrown to the ladder back first, and that was painful, to watch. It makes you realize how tough these women are. You had Charlotte give the figure 8 to Bayley, who was trapped between the ladder, nonetheless. You had this spot where Charlotte was on the floor, and Becky had placed the desk chairs, if you will, on top of Charlotte. And what happened, Charlotte basically powers out, and you could see them stand down, staring at each other. And it was almost like the best form of acting you can think of. Charlotte was acting like the fucking Terminator. And you see Becky Lynch act scared. So the match basically ended with Becky tossing Charlotte from the turnbuckle onto the table on the ground. So that was cool. And, Charlotte couldn't get up for the 10 count, so yeah, Becky still retains the title, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. In the last match, we have the Raw Women's Championship. It's Ronda Rousey and Nikki Bella, and of course Brie came out with Nikki, so obviously there's going to be some dirty shit going on with outside interference, and there was, I think there was a lot of close calls. We had Nikki who threw a tantrum at some point because she just couldn't get the win, and it's, basically the match just went to Ronda Rousey, but it was a close call too. I mean, that's kind of how that went. You know, it was a good show, and I said, you know, before, this was kind of like me being, I guess, a little bit skeptic, because you know, you never know how these things are going to turn out. And I said before, they've been sabotaged, you know, a few times. But this was the best pay-per-view, or one of the best pay-per-views this year. You know, it looked like a legit pay-per-view that you didn't want to miss, you know. And, you know, if you didn't have the WWE Network, then you definitely didn't want to miss this. You know, this was made to look like something special, and it was. You know, I forgot to mention, too, there was a spot where a 6-woman match, Sasha Banks was being catapulted, or, well, rammed, I should say, by the Riot Squad onto the apron, neck and back first. And then I look at Sasha Banks and you think, holy shit, this woman really you think is gonna end up like Jeff Hardy. You know, but she just keeps on wrestling, and, you know, I'm sure they have issues. I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't have any back issues, but this is a really good show. I really liked it. And, you know, can't wait to see what happens next year. I really want to see what happens with Trish and Lita now. I want to see Trish Stratus take on Alexa Bliss. I want to see what happens with Ronda and Nikki, you know. But we'll see what happens. And it's kind of one of those things too where it made you feel like historic. It was pretty cool. And so, anyways, yeah, pretty cool show. And that's pretty much it. So, talk to you later. I'm hoping that we can do Crown Jewel, but we'll see when we can do it. Because unfortunately it's on Friday, so we'll see. But anyways, talk to you later. Bye.